Hey guys, and welcome to another edition of Burton Ballers. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about what Todd Bowley is doing behind the scenes to get us ready for a different Chelsea.
Welcome to the Burton Ballers. Ain't got no time for no stallers, yeah.
We are the risers, we're not the fallers. Our channel is growing wider and taller.
Yeah, we're here to give you the news about your dear beloved Blues, yeah.
So if you like this YouTube channel, like, subscribe and turn on that bell.
Yeah.
So yesterday we confirmed the appointment of Paul Winstanley, who's going to become our new Director of Global Talent and Transfers. And he comes in joining a team of Christopher Vivell, who's going to be, is he sporting director or technical director? I think he's down as technical director, but I'm not sure if he's actually going to be a sporting director. And then we've got Lawrence Stewart, another technical director, Joe Shields, who's going to be Director of Recruitment. And congratulations to Neil Bath, who was promoted from the head of the academy, and he's now going to be the Director of Football Development and Operations. So we are getting this team together to recruit good players, because let's face it, over the past few years our recruitment has been shoddy, to say the least. You know, we've gone for these big name stars without a plan for these players. You know, as I mentioned before in other videos, we bought the likes of Ziyech, Havertz and others, and without a proper strategy, with different managers coming in with different ideas. And that's why we're seeing what we see at the moment at Chelsea, a team who with a bit of a mess, who do not play for each other and who are struggling at the moment. So hoping that this strategy with these new people coming in, hoping that what it can do is to allow the team, the recruitment to be a bit more joined up, a bit more strategic in the way that we do our planning. And with the appointment of Winstanley, it's got a lot of our fan base. I know some tongue-in-cheek, but some are really serious and saying, "Oh, we're becoming a new Brighton. What is this? Chelsea are better than this. Why are we getting in these why are we following the model of a Brighton or whatever?" But you know what? Bring it on for me. I don't care about following the model of Brighton. Brighton have proved what smart recruitment can do. They've brought in some very, look at the likes of the Trossards who come in, Yves Wissamba before that. They've got in the likes of McAllister. These are good, smart buys, and who've done well for the club. Okay, the talent pool, they what we'll be getting in. That obviously Brighton haven't got as big a budget as us, so they got to look smartly at the market. But we don't always. What is it with Chelsea fans who feel that we have to get the big name, ready-made stars for the club? How's that worked out for us in the past few years? Everyone we brought in, they've come with big reputations. Ziyech was a big man over at Ajax. He's come in, hasn't worked out. Havertz was a pin-up boy in Germany. There's this next generational talent. Is he suited to the Premier League, and is it gonna work out? Only time will tell. But I don't see this as a good fit for him in Premier League football. In another league maybe, but I could be proved wrong. Lukaku, look how that's turned out. All the big names we've brought in, who's the last one who's done well? Since Eden Hazard. That's the last one I can think of who came in with a massive reputation, who's done something for us. Since Eden Hazard, tell a lie, we've obviously, N'Golo Kante came in, he done well for us. I'm not including the likes of Thiago Silva before anyone comes in, because let's face it, a lot of you weren't even expecting big things of Silva. I was excited when Silva came in, because I still thought he had a lot to offer, but there was some who thought he was over the hill, and but he's proved to be a world-class acquisition. But so buying big names isn't always the way to go. So getting in people with a joined up strategy, how does, first of all, sorry guys, Potter is here to stay, whether you like it or not. You know, this is sort of, he's got in 3 of his people from his backroom staff. He's also got in this guy, Win Stanley, who used to be at Brighton. So obviously they know what his style of football is. They knew the sort of players that they needed to recruit. So what the club are trying to do is build an identity. We haven't had an identity for ages now. So we're trying to build that identity, and we're getting in the right people in place to implement this identity. I think the idea would be that when Potter eventually does go, when we'll get somebody who shares the same football philosophy. So we're going to be similar to like with Barcelona when they used to be good, and Real Madrid. So when these, Bayern Munich as well, they got that sort of model. Red Bull, so we're bringing in people who used to have Red Bull experience. So if you look at Joe Shields I think used to be the Red Bull model. Christopher Vivell, he's come from RB Leipzig. So they are all players. They always get good recruitment, and then when their best players go, they can bring in other good players. And so we are trying to have a situation that no matter who the manager is, they know the philosophy of the football, the style of football. So we don't have to always be looking at what players this manager wants and what style of football, because we've seen it before. As I said, we've seen a 3 at the back, we've seen possession-based football, we've seen counter-attacking football, so we've seen footballers bought in for specific things. So if we can get in a specific style of play, which I've always been calling for, bringing in a recruitment team who have the similar ideas of what players they need at Chelsea, then this is a long-term success, a long-term vision, guys. So if, as I said before, I keep repeating myself and I don't want to do it, but we just have to call on patience. This is a new Chelsea. This is a different way of doing things at Chelsea now. So I like the fact that we're getting in a proper recruitment team. So gone are the days where we're just going to be buying players just for the sake of it. And even the Nkuku deal, what's coming in, obviously Nkuku, I was talking about Nkuku. It's really sad what's happened to him in the World Cup, that he's out of the World Cup. So he's just about to sign for Chelsea and he gets injured. Typical. So he's already sort of ingrained into the Chelsea way of players getting constantly injured. Oh, that's not the case though. But Christopher Vell used to be with him. So Chris having him in, he knows the style. He knows the sort of footballer he is. So that's probably one of the reasons that he's come in under the recommendation of Christopher Vivell. And if you look at Shields was at Manchester City. He was the one who introduced people like Lavia, who we wanted to get off Southampton just after he had signed for them. And Bella Kotchap, he had a great game when we played against them when we lost to Southampton earlier on in the season. So again, somebody who's got a great eye for talent. And what I like, finally, with the Neil Bath situation, what I like about him, because obviously we've had brilliant talent in our academy. Our academy has been second to none. But what he's going to do, he's going to have more involvement with the first team as well, because where we've sort of where it's sort of fallen apart sometimes is from the academy to the first team and the way that they're integrated into the first team. So hopefully with him having some more involvement, then we can have some of our best talent coming in and having sort of proper plans, rather than loaning them out to 50 clubs and then them getting disillusioned and then moving on again. So I'm excited for the future. I'm not sure who else is, so I'm ready for this ride. So guys, if you are happy with the recruitment process, let me know. If you're not, then stick your comments in, explain your reasons why. And don't forget, as always, to like, subscribe, turn on all post notifications to be notified every time I'm making a video. So take care, goodbye.